Welcome back, everyone. Today's message is a little more somber. We always strive here to retire early and save as much as we can, but we have to keep in mind that in life we need some moderation. We need to enjoy the journey and not just be destination people where we're always trying to get to some destination. I fear that if you're a destination person, once you get to that destination, there's just going to be another destination. So you're always going to be looking toward that destination and never be enjoying the journey. We have to slow down sometimes and enjoy the journey. We can't be destination people. So here we go. A gentle reminder about life. I certainly don't want to deter people from saving and thinking about their future. Just remember, there is life now too. I just got done diagnosing Alzheimer's in a woman in her early 60s. Her and her husband were looking forward to travel and leisure and life. All these things they forbade themselves in the prospect of enjoying it later. Now they are likely looking at assisted living, if not a nursing home. Balance. Be wise about your future, but don't get caught up in the rat race. Enjoy your life now, but don't forget about rainy days. This is some message or some reminder that don't always be focused on the destination. Enjoy your life now. Don't wait. Like, the best quality of life years are when you have the best health, which is this current year. Health is going to get worse over time unless you're like 18. But if you're 30s, 40s, 50s, the best year you have physically is right now, this year. Every year is going to be a little bit worse than this year. And at the end, it's going to trail off fast. If you want an active vacation, it probably needs to be before your first number on your age is a 7, probably. I mean, for sure an 8. But so then, like, even if you live to 90, you're not going to be trouncing around Paris or something when you're 80. Probably not going to work. You need to enjoy the journey. A boss who was quite frugal once told me, you only have about 20 good vacations in your lifetime. As time goes on, I feel he wasn't far off. So think about that. 20 good vacations in your life. Get them in. Try and get more than 20 in. Be grateful for the 20, but take advantage of the 20 and get more if you can. That's what you get. Warren Buffett's brother wrote a book, something about 40 seasons. So if you're a farmer, you get 40 seasons to get your crops right. That's it. You know, there's only 40 years of when you can sort of have your farm. And it's the same with vacations. You only get a very, very, very small number of them. So take them and take more of them and appreciate them. Good point. Reminds me of this post about how many times you'll do things in the time you have left. It goes on to say, I've been thinking about my parents who are in their mid-60s. During my first 18 years, I spent some time with my parents during at least 90% of my days. But since heading off to college and then later moving out to Boston, I've probably seen them an average of 5 times a year each for an average of 2 days each time, or 10 days a year. About 3% of the days I spent with them each year of my childhood. Being in their mid-60s, let's continue to be super optimistic and say I'm one of the incredibly lucky people to have both parents alive into my 60s. That would give us about 30 more years of coexistence. If the 10 days a year thing holds, that's 300 days left to hang out with mom and dad, less time than I spent with them in any one of my 18 childhood years. It turns out that when I graduated from high school, I had already used up 93% of my in-person parent time. I'm enjoying the last 5% of that time. We're in the tail end. So that hits home. Appreciate time with family. Appreciate time with your parents. Strive to get more of that time. Family is very, very important. Be grateful for that time and strive to get more of it. It's not quite the same thing, but as someone who lives several hours from my family because I have a better job, I think about it a lot. Maybe the money isn't worth it. I love traveling. I'm lucky enough to have a parent that really believed in traveling, exploring. Mom saved up everything she can to take me on small trips as a kid. Finally, did my first big girl trip at 25 after working a few years, paying off student loans, so finally had some extra money, to Japan and Taiwan for a month. Did a different international trip every year after that, except for 2020. I'm 31 now. Traveling definitely feels different now than at 25. I cannot rebound recover as fast. Don't lose weight as easily. Legs cramp on the plane from sitting too long. A good night's rest matters a lot more. Moral of the story, travel is wonderful and different at different stages of life. Some people save traveling until they're old thinking it'll be the same. It won't. Enjoy life now as well as save for your future. Yes, enjoy the journey and know that the best year of your life is this year. Every year you're going to be a little bit worse off physically. Take advantage of this year. Retirement isn't the last 10 years of your life. It's a state of mind. Pause, enjoy, regroup. You can retire for a few long weekends every year. Yes. Also remember, it's never too early to invest in your health, physical, mental, spiritual. While it can't prevent everything, being smart about how you treat your body will pay off in more ways than one in the future. Right. Take care of your health. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. On the other hand, imagine facing a diagnosis like this without adequate savings. This is true. Make sure you enjoy the journey, but still keep saving. Don't enjoy the journey more than you should. We've been smart and had adventures while saving. That said, we haven't had all of our adventures yet. I am 59 female, have just been diagnosed with a brain tumor, Hopefully it's benign, but as a neurosurgeon said, there are no good brain surgeries. I booked an Antarctic cruise for 1 year from now. I need a new goal that's not money related. I hope she's doing well, and I hope she went on that cruise. I'm 32 male, just diagnosed with testicular cancer this summer. Chemo seemed to help at first, but my latest scan showed that it's spread everywhere in the chest and abdomen. Going to undergo stronger chemo and surgeries. My survival chances are only 50-50. My takeaways are: 1, keep a good emergency fund. You'll never know when something will force you to take months off work. A large 100K credit limit helps you rest easy as well. You need an emergency fund. That's the first thing you should do, is save up 6 months worth of pay in an emergency fund. Don't invest that money. I made a video about that. 2, use your vacation time and travel. Spending a week here and there road tripping to national parks isn't hugely expensive. Was one of the highlights of my life. Yes, that's good advice. If you're making a good income and on track for retirement, don't be afraid to buy yourself a nice car. I bought and paid off a new Mercedes 3 years ago, shortly after starting my career. It's beautiful, fun to drive, and has given me such joy every day, and only cost $2,000 more than the similar Honda I wanted, and worth every penny. So if you like cars, then splurge on cars a little bit if you want. If it gives you utility every single day, that's awesome. I personally drive the Honda. I've had a good life, and a lot of it was the satisfaction from career advancement, investing, managing money well. Spending money on specific things that bring real joy was also huge. So yes, it's a balance. Be responsible, but treat yourself too. Right. This video is about enjoying the journey. To enjoy the journey, you have to spend a buck. The most important financial lesson I've ever learned is that you can't take the money with you when you die. Live your life well and often. Yes, enjoy the journey, spend a buck. None of us know what tomorrow will bring. We could live to be 100 or walk across the street tomorrow and get hit by a car. My philosophy has always been plan for tomorrow, but live for today. Good advice. That being said, my husband and I are pretty frugal. We put as much as we can into our retirement accounts, our saving accounts, our investment accounts. We also do everything we want to do, but we make sure we have it all paid for in advance. Or we have money to pay for it as soon as the credit card bill comes in. And if we don't have the money already saved for what we want to do, then we'll tell ourselves we can't afford to do whatever it is right now. Maybe next month, 2 months, however long it takes. We almost treat our trip expenditures like a bill and make sure we're saving for it appropriately. So this is a good way. This is a good way to go, right? Don't go into debt to have a little fun. Just save up for it beforehand. Budget for it, save up for it, and then once you have the money to pay for it, take it. Enjoy the journey. We think of what we put into our retirement accounts, our savings account, our investment accounts like bills too. That way we always make sure we're paying ourselves first. For some people, if it's not a bill, then they just can't seem to put any money away. Treating it like that in the short term definitely pays off in the long term. Case in point, I retired earlier this year at the age of 54. My husband is eligible to retire in March 2021 at the age of 60. Long story short, while planning for our retirement, we planned and did most of the stuff along the way that we wanted to do, and now we're retiring early because we can. This is just a reminder to enjoy the journey. Don't wait till you're 60 or 70 to enjoy life. Especially if you can afford it. You only get 20 good vacations in your life. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's not off by an order of magnitude. Enjoy those vacations, take those vacations, strive to get more than 20. Still save, still plan for retirement, but enjoy life, enjoy the journey. Don't always be focused on some discrete point in the future, because if you do that, it's always going to be some discrete point in the future. You're never going to enjoy the day-to-day. Life is short. Enjoy the journey. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.